guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Diddy, today is the day of the acquittal. If you guys don't know, Diddy is back in jail. Well, he ain't never left, but he is back in court. His dream team are ready to do the impossible, and they are saying that they think Diddy's going to get acquitted. Now, there are rumors that Diddy's walking home today, to which I say, does anybody know the American justice system? Diddy ain't doing shit today. What is going to happen is the judge is going to hear both sides. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There is an argument they have about whether this meets the definition of prostitution. There is a legal argument to be made, and it's not so far-fetched. I know, of course, we know it's prostituting, right? But I mean, like, things have to be within legal definition, within the scope of the law. That might actually give them a chance for a new trial. We're going to have to see what arguments the government makes and what arguments they make. But what's going to happen today is the fact, and I will be covering it, is the fact that they are going to walk in, the government's going to give their hearing, the prosecution is going to give their brief. There's going to be a little bit of oral arguments, and the judge is going to say thank you. The judge is going to convene. He is going to take time to look over all the court precedents, all the arguments, all this, right? And then most likely, this is what most legal experts think, he is going to convene and he is going to issue his ruling sometime next week. It looks like Diddy will probably be sentenced either the day after or the day before he will be sentenced either the day after the judge issues his ruling, or the judge might issue his ruling after Diddy's sentencings. Regardless of whether Diddy said, let's just say something crazy happens and Judge Aaron was like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna give you acquittal, right? Regardless of even if they can pull that out, because this is not about Diddy's innocence. This would be more about the prosecution making a critical error in their arguments. There's a difference, okay? Even with that happen, that doesn't mean Diddy would go home. It means he would be afforded a new bail hearing because he is being held in bail, like Judge Aaron said, for very, very serious issues. So this would equal a new, let's just say, against all odds, the judge says, you know what, you're right, you got me. The prosecution messed up. We're going to give you an acquittal. An acquittal means you get a new trial. Why would you want the new trial? Because all this evidence that Diddy admitted to about him being violent, about all this stuff, that can't come into play. That's their best hope, okay? Just to make it seem like I just called and I said, hello, hookers are us. Yes, I like your finest hit by an ugly stick. I would like your finest hookers. Send them on over, okay? And that's all you focus on. You can't bring any extrinsics. Even if that happens, and most legal experts say it is a very, very slim chance. And Judge Aaron has shown to be very, not hostile to Diddy. I think he's actually been overly fair, but he's not buying what Diddy's team is selling. As much as the Diddy idiots online don't want to believe, domestic violence is, say it with me, class, domestic violence is violence. Okay, the whole point of the matter is, even if the acquittal did get granted, Diddy would remain in jail, right? They would have to do a new bail hearing, and Diddy would remain in jail until either bail is granted or until the new trial actually happens. So this whole thing about Diddy's going home, stop with the cap. I swear to God, I feel like Diddy's team is paying off a lot of people, which they should pay better people, because the people they pick, baby, their numbers, they don't got motion, they don't got views, they look a mess, sound a mess, smell a mess. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, let's get into what TMZ is saying. As you know, TMZ has been very, in my opinion, they say they're unbiased, but I do feel like because Harvey is so close with Mark Garagos that they are spending a lot of this stuff to gently be in favor of Diddy. They said Diddy gets another day in court. He seeks an acquittal and a new trial. Sean Diddy Combs is getting another bite at the apple. His attorneys will be in court today arguing to overturn his conviction on 2 federal counts of the Mann Act. Diddy's legal team is asking Judge Aaron Submaranian to change Diddy's Mann Act conviction to an acquittal or give him a new trial. Federal prosecutors are opposed to both. As you know, the Mann Act prohibits the transportation of individuals across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. Also, when I say acquittal, I'm talking about the new trial. There's no way on earth I don't think an acquittal's going. Again, I don't predict anything. I'm just telling you what the legal experts I'm talking about, my opinion. I was in the trial, and obviously the pre-sentencing report, which is an unbiased agency, 100% believes in my version of events, because they came out with 50 to 73 months. I'm sorry, 87 months, which is 5 to 7 years, 3 months. And the prosecution saying they're going up, and away. Diddy's attorneys previously claimed he made no money off prostitution and insisted the Mann Act is usually designed for going after people running Smex rings. Again, there's a little truth in that about the Mann Act, but the Mann Act has also been expanded to talk about what happens in Diddy. And the thing is, when you do it, it's exchanging things of value. It doesn't need to be money. If the value is you get a feature on the song, you get like a Church's 2-piece and a biscuit, you get that, you can do, like, if I give you half a Newport and a half drinking bottle of strawberry kiwi, yeah, and you do that in exchange, yeah, it's something of value. Diddy got something of value, which was the sexual gratification. Even if, anyway, let's keep going. But we have to hear the arguments they're making, because this isn't about innocence anymore. This is about following the letter of the law. They also say Diddy never had Smex with the Smex workers and never directly arranged for their transportation across state lines. Does getting their fluid rubbed across his chest count as not? I mean, I don't know. Let's keep going. And he never directly arranged for their transportation across state lines. His travel agency arranged, his girlfriends arranged, and it was at his behest. And he reimbursed people for that. And I do remember in court a couple times when especially when he got Jane Doe out there, and even Cassie, he was arguing, he was telling them what to do. He arranged it. And also he even called the girl from Cowboys and Angels and said, why I gotta pay them? They didn't even finish. And then he said, yo, stop trying to overcharge me. And the girl was like, what are you talking about? We only pay for company, not anything else. So his attorney said Diddy was merely a voyeur and an amateur pornographer who enjoyed recording his blanks having blanks. Is that not Smex? See, here's the thing. They're playing with words. And I know like the Diddy dozens are like so stupid. They don't even realize it. But if you take out Diddy and put child in there, put your girl or your man in there, your mom, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, and put them in that situation, would that not be sexual abuse? Would that not be sexual trafficking? Would that not be cheating? Would that not be? Or would they be like, no, I only sat there and recorded and then beat girls and then made them rub the all right, man, nice try, Diddy. Anyway, now listen, federal prosecutors have countered that Uncle Sam says there is plenty of evidence to support the jury's Mann Act convictions, arguing Diddy was the mastermind of every aspect of his infamous freak-offs. Of course he was. The feds have also attacked the notion Diddy just liked to watch, saying he fully participated by directing the sexual conduct between the escorts and victims and Master Booty throughout the sexual episode. What's more, prosecutors claim Diddy's argument that he was more like a corn producer protected under the First Amendment doesn't hold water, because many of the freak-offs were not recorded. And for the ones that were, Diddy often didn't have advance notice he'd be filming, and many of the participants didn't consent to those recordings. Again, right? Listen, we need to put Diddy in jail. We need to put David, based off of what I've seen on social media, in jail. Again, Diddy tried this reasoning before and the judge denied it, okay? I'm waiting for Diddy to come up with something else. He's going to start to act like he's speaking in tongues. Anyway, you guys, listen. The acquittal will be live. I will be covering it. Don't worry. You know your girl is also going to be there on sentencing. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.